si Vice President Sara Duterte. Sabi niya po, President Marcos faces a crisis of confidence mula sa taong bayan. Ano po ang posisyon dito ng Malacanang?
Hindi po tayo naniniwala sa sinabi ng Vice Presidente. Ang Pangulo, uulit-ulitin natin na siya po ang nagpaumpisa ng pag-iimbestiga na ito. Noon pa po ay marami ng anomalya. Since 2020, sinabi na po natin na marami na pong ghost projects pero wala pong ganitong klaseng pag-iimbestigang nangyari. Hindi inalintana ng Pangulo na kung sa panahon niya ito maimbestigahan, wala siyang magagawa kundi paimbestigahan to para sa taong bayan. So kung sino man yung nagsasabing walang trust and confidence, siguro siya po mismo ang maglahad kung meron siyang nakakaharap na anomalya patungkol sa mga korupsyon, sa ghost students, ghost food packs na kinapalooban or kinasangkutan ng DBM, or rather DepEd, sa kanyang pamumuno, dapat manguna po siya sa kanyang pagpapaliwanag kung siya po ay naniniwala sa transparency and accountability. So sinabi po natin, huwag magmalinis ang hindi malinis at huwag magpakabayani ang hindi bayani. President Marcos accepts resignation of Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin and Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has formally accepted the resignations of Executive Secretary Lucas P. Bersamin and Department of Budget and Management Secretary Amena Pangandaman. Both officials respectfully offered and tendered their resignations out of delicadeza after their departments were mentioned in allegations related to the flood control anomaly currently under investigation, and in recognition of the responsibility to allow the administration to address the matter appropriately. The President conveys his deep appreciation to Executive Secretary Bersamin for his steady leadership at the helm of the Office of the Executive Secretary. A former Chief Justice, E.S. Bersamin brought to Malacanang decades of legal wisdom, calm stewardship, and a deep respect for institution building. His contributions will remain part of the foundation on which continuing reforms stand. The President likewise extends his sincere gratitude to Secretary Pangandaman, whose work at DBM strengthened the government's fiscal management, guided the timely passage of national budgets, and ensured that social programs and frontline services were funded and delivered. To ensure continuity and enforce the administration's governance agenda, President Marcos has appointed Department of Finance Secretary Ralph Recto as the new Executive Secretary. Secretary Recto's long record in economic policy making, fiscal legislation, and national planning positions positions him well to oversee the day-to-day operations of government and coordinate the implementation of high-impact programs. The President has also appointed Office of the Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs, Secretary Frederick Go, as the new Secretary of Finance. Secretary Go has played a central role in advancing investments, strengthening investor confidence, and aligning economic initiatives across agencies. He will now oversee the country's fiscal direction and the implementation of the administration's economic agenda. The Department of Budget and Management will now be led by Undersecretary Rolando U. Toledo, who has been designated as officer in charge. As head of the Budget Preparation and Execution Group, OIC Toledo brings extensive technical expertise in national budgeting, fiscal transparency, and budget execution. His designation ensures uninterrupted operations as the government prepares for the rollout of next year's budget, ongoing recovery efforts in disaster-affected regions, and the continued funding of social and economic programs. These leadership changes reinforce the President's commitment to strengthening institutions, improving coordination across government, and keeping the administration focused on delivering stability, opportunity, and security to Filipino families. The Office of the President assures the public that all agencies will continue to operate without interruption and with the same commitment to effective governance and public service. Yan po ang anunsyo sa araw na ito.
First question mula kay Ace Romero, Philippine Star.
Yusek, may we know who will replace Secretary Go?
Sa ngayon po, ang position po ay vacant. Wala pa po. Vacant pa po mismo yung position. Wala pa po na i-appoint.
Next question mula kay Maricel Halili, TV5.
Kung wala pong SAP, how will it affect the system or especially the sector of finance economy?
Since si Secretary Go naman po ay i-assign na secretary sa Department of Finance, hindi naman po magiging kawalan dahil nanggaling naman po siya sa nasabing ahensya at ito po ay mapagtutulong-tulungan.
Ma'am, paglilinaw lamang po, did the President ask ES and DBM Secretary to resign or did they voluntarily file their resignation?
Voluntarily filed their resignations.
Thank you, Yusek.
Next question mula kay Ivan Mayrina, GMA News.
Nabanggit niyo po the secretaries submitted their or tendered their resignations out of delikadesa para po maimbestigahan ang dapat imbestigahan after they were mentioned dito po sa flood control anomaly. Alam ko po sinabi ng Pangulo he doesn't want to dignify the accusations made by former Congressman Zaldico, pero hindi ho may kakaila na seryosong aligasyon ito at may mga nagdududa kung hindi man naniniwala. Paano ho balak mag-proceed ng Pangulo moving forward from this?
Hindi po natin masasabi na ang mga aligasyon ni Zaldico ay seryoso. Makikita po natin sa kanyang mga sinabi at sa mga pictures na kanyang pinakita. Pero kung anuman ang kanyang mga nasabi ay maaaring ito ang nagbigay ng dahilan para sa dalawang mga magigiting nating mga secretaries na sila mismo ang voluntaryong mag-resign sa kanilang posisyon para mabigyan daan ang malalimang pag-iimbestiga sa mga maanomalyang flood control projects.
Ang sabi po ng Pangulo, walang exempted sa investigasyon. Does that statement also apply to him?
Of course, wala naman talagang dapat na exempt. Pero ang Pangulo, alam niya po ang kanyang ginagawa, alam niya po kung bakit niya pinaimbestigahan at pinangunahan ang malalimang pag-iimbestiga na ito. So, ibig sabihin po, kung siya mismo ang nag-utos na mag-imbestiga, alam po natin na malinis ang kanyang hangarin at gusto niya talagang masawata ang korupsyon.
Sunod na tanong mula kay Tristan Nadalo, News Was Plus.
Hi, Yusek. Good evening po. Yusek, sabi niyo po may nag-resign si Secretary Bersamin and Amena Pangandaman. Is this also a similar challenge to other cabinet members to also submit the resignation if they feel like they're involved in this flood control anomalies? And can the public expect another cabinet reshuffle in the coming weeks or months?
Kung alam po, halimbawa po ng isang miyembro ng gabinete na siya po ay may kinalaman or maaari siyang masangkot sa ganitong klaseng anomalya, na naisip po ng Pangulo na sila po mismo ang mag-resign out of delikadesa.
And last follow-up na lang po. Today, si Vice President Sara Duterte, sabi niya po, President Marcos faces a crisis of confidence mula sa taong bayan. Ano po ang posisyon dito ng Malacanang?
Hindi po tayo naniniwala sa sinabi ng Vice Presidente. Ang Pangulo, uulit-ulitin natin na siya po ang nagpaumpisa ng pag-iimbestiga na ito. Noon pa po ay marami ng anomalya. Since 2020, sinabi na po natin na marami na pong ghost projects pero wala pong ganitong klaseng pag-iimbestigang nangyari. Hindi inalintana ng Pangulo na kung sa panahon niya ito maimbestigahan, wala siyang magagawa kundi pa-imbestigahan to para sa taong bayan. So kung sino man yung nagsasabing walang trust and confidence, siguro siya po mismo ang maglahad kung mayroon siyang nakakaharap na anomalya patungkol sa mga korupsyon, sa ghost students, ghost food packs, na kinapalooban or kinasangkutan ng DBM, or rather DepEd, sa kanyang pamumuno, dapat manguna po siya sa kanyang pagpapaliwanag kung siya po ay naniniwala sa transparency and accountability. So sinabi po natin, huwag magmalinis ang hindi malinis at huwag magpakabayani ang hindi bayani.
Sunod na tanong mula kay Ivy Reyes, Bilyonaryo.
Yusek, good afternoon. Na-mention din po yung anak ng pamangkin ni E.S. Bersamin in the same statement that prompted their resignation. Have we heard from Yusek Adrian from PLLO?
Wala pa po tayo nadidinig mula kay Yusek Adrian Bersamin, pero siya po ay nag-deny na po ng mga pagbibintang at akusasyon sa kanya. So hintayin na lamang po natin kung meron pa po siyang i-announce.
And may we know if my replacement na po si former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Enrile?
Wala pa po sa ngayon.
Next question mula kay Katrina Domingo, ABS-CBN.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Since we're on the topic of a cabinet reshuffle or changes in the cabinet, bakit po naalis sa pwesto ang BIR commissioner last week?
Well, lahat ng po ng kabinete ay they are serving at the pleasure of the President. So, President's prerogative po ito.
And why was the president not pleased with his performance as BIR chief? Was it related to the flood control projects or was it a entirely separate issue?
Wala po masasabi patungkol po dyan, ay malamang lamang po ay kinakailangan lang po magbago ng liderato para mas maging maganda pa ang magiging trabaho at outcome or magiging resulta ng BIR.
Sunod na tanong mula kay Christian Yusores, DZMM.
Ma'am, since na-mention po yung si Undersecretary Adrian Bersamin, is he still with the PLLO?
Hanggang ngayon po ay parte po siya ng departamento.
Thank you.
Katrina Domingo.
Ma'am, just a follow-up question po. Yung pagre-resign po ng dalawang cabinet secretaries, in effect, makes them private individuals now who can no longer be compelled to, or who are no longer answerable to the public, just compared when they were still public officials. How do you clarify to the public that this is not a ploy to further protect them from answering questions from the public, given nga po na now, hindi na sila considered as public officials?
Kahit po pribado, kahit po nagtatrabaho sa public office, kung sila po ay liable, sila po ay mapapanagot. Nandiyan naman po yung mga contractors natin, sila naman po ay mga pribadong tao, pero bakit po sila ay napapanagot sa ngayon? So, hindi po ibig sabihin ng kanila pag-resign ay hindi sila makakasuhan kung sila po ay dapat na managot.
Maraming salamat, MPC. Yusek